So if you're in the market for a laptop this year, you've probably noticed one thing. The prices are high. I mean, really high. So today, we're going to build a roadmap to help you navigate this whole situation, find the perfect machine for your needs, and, most importantly, avoid overspending. Let's just kick things off with the single most important piece of advice you're going to hear this year. Pulled right from our source material, seriously consider buying a 2025 laptop. And this one idea, it's the foundation of our entire strategy. Because as we're about to see, the smartest purchase isn't always the newest one. And that right there, that's the $1 million or, hopefully $1,000 question, isn't it? It's so easy to get caught up in the hype around the latest specs, but we're going to break down exactly how you can tell if a slightly older, much cheaper model has all the power you'll actually use. Okay, here's our game plan. We're going to start by understanding the 2026 price trap. Then we'll zero in on your actual needs. After that, we'll decode all the tech specs, reveal the smart buyer's secret weapon for finding value, and then finish up with a final checklist to make sure you get it right. So first up, let's talk about why this year is so different. The whole market is being defined by a huge price surge, and honestly, understanding why that's happening is the key to outsmarting it. So here's the landscape for 2026. Yeah, we're seeing some exciting new processors, like Apple's M5 and Snapdragon's X2, and some really gorgeous OLED screens. But look a little closer. AI marketing is plastered on absolutely everything. There are no major updates to the powerful graphics cards. And, oh yeah, the prices have shot way up. It's a mixed bag, to say the least. So what's the deal with those high prices? Well, it's not just regular inflation. The massive, and I mean massive demand from the AI industry for things like memory means they're basically buying up all the supply. That drives the cost through the roof for everyone else, and that price hike gets passed directly on to you. Okay, so knowing the market is kind of stacked against us, the most powerful thing we can do is just turn away from all the ads and look inward. The absolute number one most important step is figuring out what you actually need a laptop for. And this really just breaks down into a simple 3-step self-assessment. First, what's your absolute maximum budget? Be honest. Second, what's the main thing you'll be doing? Is it just browsing an email, or are we talking heavy video editing and gaming? And third, what size feels right? Do you want a super portable 13-inch or a bigger 16-inch screen? Now here's the thing. Unless you're a professional video editor or a hardcore gamer, you probably don't need to break the bank. The source material is super clear on this. For the vast majority of people, browsing, streaming, doing typical office work, a budget of around $1,000 is the sweet spot. That gets you a fantastic, long-lasting machine without paying for power you're literally never going to use. All right, now that you've got your personal profile figured out, let's get into the hardware. We're going to cut through all the marketing jargon and focus on the 3 or 4 specs that truly define a laptop's performance. To kind of ground this whole conversation, let's use a benchmark. The MacBook Air is the world's most popular laptop, and for good reason. It offers this great balance of performance and price. So that makes it a perfect reference point for what you should expect to get for about $1,000, whether you're looking at a Mac or a Windows machine. Now this is where things get really interesting. At that $1,000 mark, you'll see a clear trade-off. Both Mac and Windows will get you a solid 16 gigs of RAM, but with Apple, you get an incredibly efficient processor. On the other hand, for that same money, a competing Windows laptop will often give you double the storage and a much nicer, faster OLED screen. So efficiency versus features. And hey, for anyone doing gaming or creative work, here's a pro tip for you. Don't just look at the model number of a graphics card, like an RTX 4060. Look for its TGP, which is measured in watts. Why does this matter? Well, it means you could have 2 laptops with the exact same card, but the one with a higher TGP is going to be significantly faster. That is the spec the pros look at. So all of this brings us to the core of our strategy. The single best way to get incredible value in 2026 is by leveraging how the market works to your advantage. And to do that, it's time to look back. Here it is, the big takeaway. With the 2026 models offering only small, incremental bumps in performance for a much higher price, the smartest move you can make is to hunt for a deal on a 2025 model. Retailers need to clear out last year's inventory, and that creates the perfect opportunity for you to get like 95% of the performance for maybe 75% of the price. I mean, when you lay it all out side by side, the choice becomes pretty clear, right? On one side, you have the highest prices and tiny performance gains, all wrapped up in a bow of AI marketing. And on the other, you have deep discounts on machines with proven, powerful specs that are more than capable for years to come. And this chart just says it all, doesn't it? You're being asked to pay this massive premium this year for what is, in reality, a very, very small step up in actual, real-world performance. The value equation, it's just not there for most people. And this strategy? It's especially powerful for gamers. Instead of stretching your budget thin for an entry-level 2026 card, you can find a discounted 2025 model with a really powerful RTX 4060. That'll give you a fantastic gaming experience for a fraction of what you'd pay for the new stuff. Okay, let's bring it all home. You've found a couple of great options, you've compared the prices. Now it's time to sweat the small stuff. You know, the details that can make a huge difference in how much you actually enjoy using your new laptop every day. This one is huge, seriously. If you ever plan to work on the go, you have to know that most Windows laptops with Intel or AMD chips can lose a ton of power when you unplug them. But MacBooks and the new Snapdragon-powered Windows machines, they maintain nearly full performance on battery. That's a game changer for portability. So right before you click that buy button, just run through this final checklist. Make sure it has the ports you actually need. Try to get a QHD screen, that's the sweet spot. Check that the battery life will get you through your day. And most importantly, ask yourself, have I looked at last year's models? And am I buying what I truly need? So that's our roadmap. In a market that's just full of hype and high prices, the smartest buyer isn't the one who gets the newest tech. It's the one who gets the most value. Which really just leaves us with a simple question to think about for your next big purchase.